They've got some. They lead 11-0. Westbrook with his second field goal. He has 5.
Well, what a start for the Lakers. You know, coming off a game, I know they were disappointed with the way it ended. Had multiple chances late to beat Golden State. But you can...
And Snyder's team 36 up and 21 down coming in. Donovan Mitchell was held well below his scoring average in the earlier meeting. But, you know, the urging of his own urging and his mom and his family, they were very deliberate in him coming back to the court.
The more concussion,
tough bucket inside for the guy that's been one of the best stories of the year in an otherwise disappointing season for the Lakers. Donovan Mitchell pulls from downtown and got a fortuitous roll. To NBA TV, 11 a.m. NBA All-Star Practice. Then on TNT, ESPN, NBA TV at 2. NBA X HBCU Classic starts, rounding off the really the focal point of what they do in those pick and rolls, and on how well they get along or don't. Mitchell put it to rest and put it to bed by saying, hey, we both want the same thing for this team, and we're going to do our best to make sure.
A guy who prides himself on screening. You know, he tries to take the appropriate angle. He'll flip the screen.
Ball 3 on the clock for Ariza. Horton Tucker at the end of the shot clock, rebounded by House, who's been signed to a contract for the rest of the season by the Jazz after several 10-day contracts. They get the switch. Reeves guarding Mitchell. Mitchell in his bag.
Oh,
he gave Reeves a little work. That's the first lead into. And now the winning streak said there's a brand new energy about this team right now. He says, and I quote, we're playing like a team that's really trying to accomplish something big. And it certainly shows. It showed in Mitchell and continues to as he knocks.
With his pocketbook.
You got a problem? And by those Fendi bags with coins. Here's Mitchell with the pull-up. And that's money. Donovan Mitchell. Good for him.
As Kobe Bryant once said, everybody should have an opinion on you, good, bad, or indifferent. And I love what Donovan Mitchell does.
Way down and out. 1:20 to go in this first half, and Donovan Mitchell has been hotter than fish grease.
AD was cooking. He had 17 points. You mustered a total of 5 points in 3 minutes once he went out. We just did get word from the Lakers PR staff. Ankle injury. AD will not return this evening.
Well, if you saw the replay of the injury, pretty easy to assume that he wouldn't be back for the rest of the night. Mitchell with the left hand finishes.
Out of the session to put his arm around the guy, give him some instruction. They're trying to help him with a read, and I'm thinking, my goodness gracious, he's not even going to be a part of your roster.
Team fouls, Utah with 2 team fouls. Mitchell. A series of step-through moves and the bucket. He's at 32. Being covered by Joe Ingles and looking at Joe and say, who is this old guy? And then Joe just killing him on pump fakes and step-throughs and layups. And Ingles shortly after that becoming... Here he is with the ball. Inside to Westbrook, never made it. Lakers turn it over. That's their 10th of the game. Westbrook trying to stick Mitchell out front. Mitchell with 33. Hit Monk with the hezzy and drills the mid-range.
This right in the open floor. The speed, 7-0 run. Triggered by what's happening on the defensive end of the floor. Offense has slowed a little bit. The level of aggression on Donovan having an impact.
Mitchell spins into the paint and calmly, coolly finishes with the